China has hit back at criticism from an Australian government minister, Peter Dutton, describing the comments as a malicious slur. This comes after Peter Dutton accused the Chinese Communist Party of behaving in ways that are inconsistent with Australian values.
And political reporter Jade McMillan joins us now from Parliament House. Jade, just take us through the background to this story.
Well, as the Home Affairs Minister, Peter Dutton is one of the most senior members of the federal government, and this is considered to be some of the strongest language that we've heard from the highest levels of the government so far when it comes to China. Peter Dutton told a press conference yesterday that Australia would call out foreign interference at universities, including cyber attacks and the theft of intellectual property. He said that that would involve calling out state actors when it's in Australia's interest to do so. And he said that some of the Chinese Communist Party's policies are inconsistent with Australian values. The Chinese Embassy has released a statement saying that it categorically rejects Mr Dutton's, what it calls Mr Dutton's irrational accusations against China, which it says are shocking and baseless. It describes those comments as a malicious slur that constitutes an outright provocation to the Chinese people, and also says ridiculous rhetoric severely harms the mutual trust between the two countries. Now, we haven't heard from Peter Dutton since this statement was released, but he insisted yesterday that his criticism wasn't aimed at the Chinese community.
Our issue, as I've said before, is not with the Chinese people, not with the amazing Chinese diaspora community that we have here in Australia. My issue is with the Communist Party of China and their policies to the extent that they're inconsistent with our own values. And in a democracy like ours, we encourage freedom of speech, freedom of expression, thought, etc. And if that's being impinged, if people are operating outside of the law, then whether they're from China or from any other country, we're right to call that out.
So, Jade, where is this likely to go from here?
Well, Mr Dutton was backed up yesterday by his colleague, the Immigration Minister David Coleman. He said that while Australia works closely with China, particularly on economic matters, Australia has its own democratic values and it won't always agree with China. Labor, though, says that this is the latest in a string of examples of anti-Chinese rhetoric coming from the government. Frontbencher Joel Fitzgibbon says that the embassy's reaction to Peter Dutton's comments is not surprising, and he's accused the government of damaging Australia's relationship with its biggest trading partner.
Jade McMillan in Canberra, thank you.